A 17-year-old girl walks into the courtroom, calm, quiet, even smiling. She looks more like a student waiting for class than someone who's been caught in a tense legal battle. The cameras catch her faint smirk. People whisper. Everyone notices how composed she seems, almost too composed. Her family is here, sitting just a few rows away. They watch her, waiting. And as the first voices rise in the courtroom, that confident smile starts to fade. Something is about to be revealed that will change everything in this room. It's a quiet Thursday morning, February 20th, 2025, in Cobb County, Georgia. Inside a two-story home on a peaceful street, a 5-year-old boy wakes up early. He calls for his parents, but no one answers. He walks down the hall to their bedroom. The door is open. What he sees next will stay with him for the rest of his life. James and Kristen Patrick are lying in bed, still, pale, and cold. There's blood on the sheets, and a faint smell of gunpowder in the air. No broken window, no sign of a break-in, just silence, except for one sound. It's James's heart device, an LVAD pump still running, a machine that had kept him alive for years. That alarm should have woken the house, but someone heard it, and not the gunshots. James was 54, a heart failure survivor kept alive by a mechanical pump. He loved his kids and worked to rebuild his life. Kristen, 48, mother of 3, had fought addiction, gotten clean, and helped others. Together, they were creating a blended family, a fresh start, a quiet life. Neighbors saw happiness, church events, smiles, a picture of redemption. But behind it all, something had been festering. Sarah Grace Patrick, 17, was their oldest. Straight-A student, active in church, calm and quiet. Teachers called her polite. Friends said she was distant, always somewhere else in her head. She posted Bible verses, selfies with her brothers, and talked about college plans. When her parents died, everybody expected grief. But Sarah didn't cry. She didn't break. At the memorial, her voice was steady, her eyes empty. And then came the messages, jokes to friends, odd posts online, hours spent on true crime videos. She wasn't just watching, she was studying. And detectives would soon see how much she had learned. Police first thought it was a burglary gone wrong, but nothing was stolen. Doors were locked, security DVR unplugged, the family's 9mm was missing. Officers questioned Sarah, answers short, emotionless. She claimed that she'd slept through it all. When asked about the LVAD alarm, she hesitated, then said she didn't remember hearing it. Detectives went digital. They pulled her phone, her laptop, her social accounts. And that's when the story started to change. Sarah wasn't just a quiet honor student. She was deeply into true crime TikTok, hours of murder trials, interrogation breakdowns, and how killers get caught clips. She even messaged some influencers offering to help cover her parents' case before police had even finished processing the scene. Her searches were darker. How loud are gunshots inside? How to act after trauma? Georgia juvenile murder sentencing. Every click painted the portrait of someone rehearsing grief, not feeling it, but performing it. Ballistics came back fast. The bullets matched the missing 9mm registered to James Patrick. Next, the lab results. Gunpowder residue found on the sleeve of Sarah's gray sweatshirt, the same one she wore the morning of the murders. The medical examiner placed the time of death around 5 a.m., but the 911 call came in after 7. Sarah had said she woke up to find him dead, but the timeline didn't fit. The data didn't lie. But even when faced with the evidence, she still swore she was innocent. Why would a 17-year-old kill her parents? Detectives dug into her home life. It wasn't violent, just strict. Curfews, phone rules, limits on who she could talk to. The real tension started with an older boy. When her parents found out, she was grounded and her phone taken. Texts revealed her frustration. They ruin everything. They never listen. They believe the motive wasn't fear. It was control and revenge. Yet when questioned, Sarah said only, "I loved them."
Sarah Grace Patrick has been taken into custody and charged with 2 counts of murder and 2 counts of aggravated assault.
July 1st, 2025, 4 months after James and Kristen Patrick were killed, police finally acted. Forensics were back. Gunpowder, timelines, digital traces, all pointing to one thing. A warrant was issued for 17-year-old Sarah Grace Patrick. No panic, no tears. She walked into the sheriff's office in a gray hoodie, hands in her pockets. The town froze. The church girl who read scripture was now accused of murder. Half the community defended her, half demanded justice. Local news dubbed it the TikTok teen case, and her calm smile spread across the internet, where innocence suddenly looked different. The months before the trial were tense. The defense claimed there was no gun, no eyewitnesses, just a traumatized teen under pressure. Prosecutors countered with texts, searches, a tight timeline, gun residue, and a clear motive. Online, theories exploded. Inside the courtroom, her family readied themselves. For them, it all came down to what happened in that house before dawn. The trial began, the courtroom packed, reporters everywhere, the judge calm yet tired. Sarah walked in, quiet, composed, faint smile in place. She whispered to her lawyer, nodded to familiar faces. For a moment, it seemed as if she might just be a troubled teen caught in a bigger story. Every word pushed her closer to freedom, until her family spoke.
Your Honor, it feels like I'm living in a nightmare. I'm depressed. I struggle to sleep. I can't even walk through my own living room without seeing his urn and be reminded of everything all over again.
Jamie is my brother, my only brother I have left, my only sibling I have left.
And then came the moment no one could prepare for. James's sister, Kim Patrick, took the stand. Her hands shook as she faced the girl she once babysat.
The defendant caused such imaginable pain, and I'm so thankful that Jaylee's life was spared.
She begged the judge not to release Sarah, said she couldn't sleep knowing she was still out there. The courtroom stayed silent except for her quiet sobs. Then the prosecutor read a letter from 11-year-old Jaden, Sarah's younger brother.
Since he died, everything has changed. I feel sad and confused. It's hard to sleep.
Nobody moved. Even the reporters stopped typing. For the first time, Sarah looked down. No whispering, no smile, just silence.
I know you're new to being in front of me, but I would like to go ahead and give you some future dates for your case.
The mask that had carried her this far had finally cracked. When the testimonies ended, the judge sat back, eyes on Sarah. The prosecution argued that she was dangerous, that she manipulated people online and could reach witnesses if released.
That she would have the ability to flee, that she would be a danger to the community.
The defense begged for mercy, reminding the court that she was still a child. The judge took his time, a full minute of silence that felt like an hour.
I'm bound by the law, and I do not believe that you would be a proper candidate for bond at this time.
Then, finally, bond is denied. You could hear the sound of someone crying in the back. Kim exhaled, not in joy, just relief. Sarah didn't move. Her eyes went blank, eyes glassy, staring straight ahead. The faint smile, the one the world had seen so many times, was gone. Sarah Grace Patrick was taken into custody that afternoon, an orange jumpsuit replacing the hoodie. Outside, the town was split, half mourning, half in disbelief that the girl they knew could do this. For months, she had controlled the story online, and this room, the truth spoke for itself. Sarah Grace Patrick once smiled, thinking she could outsmart justice, but her family showed the world that the truth speaks for itself. Did she plan it, or did she snap under pressure? Comment below, and don't forget to subscribe for more true crime stories.